This is a video called Fact-Checking Sargon of Akkad from Christy Winters, notorious PhD. And I'm genuinely starting to wonder if there's some kind of diversity hiring in the field that she was in. I believe it was political science. Because this is just the funniest thing I've ever seen. It's the most magnificent self-own, and it's so cringy. Oh, poisoning the well. You're not here for an honest debate with Christy Winters. Sorry, Christy, go on.
Hello, and welcome to Fact-Checking Sargon of Akkad, with me, your host, Christy Winters. On July 24th of 2018, Sargon of Akkad, or Carl Benjamin, published his video, Feminist Will Ban Everything You Love. Today I'll fact-check Carl's use of video and his sourcing. When feminists have opinions that differ from Carl's on issues that he really cares about, it makes him upset.
Generally, I'm upset with the things they do rather than the things they think. The things they think are quite often hilarious. But the things they do when they gain political power are not. Sorry, Doctor, didn't mean to interrupt you.
Take, for example, the issue that Sargon and his fans really care about. The issue that he decided to put first in his video on feminists banning things. That topic is strip clubs.
That was because that was the topical, timely issue of the day that had kind of made me think about this as a wider pattern. It's literally that feminists will go as far as to ban strip clubs. I can't imagine being part of an ideology that even gives a shit about strip clubs, and as I'm sure you're not going to go as far as to say the strip clubs are enslaving these women, but yes, Christy, I'm actually prepared to go as far as defending strip clubs and pornography in my defense of their freedom. I'm sorry, I think a threat to freedom anywhere is a threat to freedom everywhere. How's that?
But you might be thinking, well, hang on, I'm not going to be a martyr to strip clubs, because I don't give a damn about these things. I'm not wasting my money. And of course you're not.
Why did you BTFO yourself in your own video?
Maybe he should have called his video, Feminists Have Opinion on Things That Don't Affect Me and I Don't Care About.
Christy, you said I started the video with that, and there were many other things in the video, including music, video games, and movies, which are things I do care about. And why do you have your face so close to the screen? That is making everyone uncomfortable.
Near the end of the video, Carl says this.
What this demonstrates is what British MP Stella Creasy said in an interview with Kate Andrews. Feminism is not about freedom.
Feminism isn't about women, it's about power.
And feminists could not make this more obvious with their activism in daily life.
Okay, feminism isn't about freedom, it's about power. It's not even about women, it's just about attaining power for the ends that are self-serving to people like Stella Creasy.
Is this a fair and accurate representation of what the MP has said?
Yes. She said it in the context of justifying what feminism is, not about women, so it doesn't matter if other women are hurt by feminists as they are implementing their feminist utopia. It's about power to implement the utopia, and what they were going to do with this power when they got hold of it, which in Stella's case was going to be the gender wage gap. Yes, it was just about power. That was literally the thrust of her argument in that conversation. That was exactly what she was on the side of. What possible objection could you have?
Let's take a look at his source. That doesn't seem like the original video. Let's watch the...
No, admittedly, I couldn't find the original video, but I had seen it, and I knew exactly what she said. In fact, the whole thing's 23 seconds long. She actually says that in that clip, I think.
original one here.
Okay, Stella
Good job on finding this one, though.
Creasy, where do you think we should go from here?
Yeah, and back in the real world, where women do recognise in their workplaces they still face discrimination, where this data is helping to drive a conversation about what happens next. Maybe one of the things that we need to do is to tackle those tired old gender stereotypes that somehow suggest that retail is for women, or that companies like EasyJet, where there are pilots, that women can't fly planes. Maybe one of the things that we actually need to do is ask employers why their top jobs aren't open to women, which is what this data will help us start that conversation to do. It's also about making sure this conversation isn't shut down by people talking about victimhood or somehow that modern feminism is failing women. feminism isn't about women, it's about power. It's about the power to see that 51% of our community doesn't get the same chance as the other 49% because of their gender. This data is part of that conversation. It's not the only conversation. I know from actually working in the communities and working in the real world, that's a conversation we need to have.
Lots of us talk to
Okay,
women, Stella.
Stella Creasy, Kate Andrews, thank you so much for coming on and chatting to us.
Carl tried to deceive his viewers twice.
Deceive them about what? What the fuck are you on about? What do you think she's saying when she says it's about the power to take over it, the power to do certain things? And then if I say, well, feminism's about power, literally quoting her words, her saying it, like, I don't see how that's incongruent. Doctor, political scientist, who hasn't actually made her own case, but is now acting as if the audience should believe it because she knows she's talking to an audience of loyal sycophants. Because that's what you've been creating, isn't it, Christy?
The first time with his deceptive editing. The second
Deceptive? About what? What was actually not accurate about that argument? What was not accurate about her feminism is about power? It is. That's how she thinks of it, and that's how you think of it, and I know it.
time with his deceptive sources.
The source wasn't deceptive. It just wasn't the original thing, so I couldn't find it. The source was still the video that made the relevant clip of the video 23 seconds long, and I'd taken like 1 second of that. Still 23 seconds long of that conversation, and that still made the point. It would have been, hands up though, it would have been better if I'd taken the time to find the original source, but I didn't think I needed to, so I didn't. It doesn't change the argument. It doesn't make what I've said wrong. It doesn't, like, fact checking. You BTFO'd yourself earlier in this video. Why, twice now? Why are you doing this? I know you know better than this. That's the thing. I'm certain. Like, V has told me about his conversations with you, where you're completely lucid. You actually understand what's going on. This is almost like, it's almost like you want me to win. That's what this is like. It's like you are actually playing 4D chess in my favour, and it's got to the point now that the things you do are so ridiculous that I must be so inured and far away from doing those things myself. I would at least hope, because you must know that none of this is legitimate. You must know this.
Looks like Sargon of Akkad got this clip wrong. This has been fact-checking Sargon of Akkad.
That is how important I am, though, isn't it? That she feels compelled to do a fact-checking Sargon of Akkad thing. And honestly, I'm genuinely amazed at how little material I've given them recently. I know that's a strange way of saying I've been working really hard and I think I've done quite well, but like that's how I measure it by. They've been remarkably silent on a lot of stuff that I've said recently, and I'm pretty certain that's because they know I'm right. So anyway,